be yours.
No, don't do this. Don't do this.
Now, finally, I am free of you.
I'm begging you.
You lose, Barry.
Hey, what's up? And today I'm going to be giving my theory about how Iris is alive and Savitar actually killed someone else. But before this video starts, keep your theory in the comments below so we can all talk about it and discuss which ones we think are the best. Anyway, enjoy the video. So right away, by last episode, many people were shocked that they killed a major character like Iris, or that is at least what they thought. Now my theory is that HR actually took Iris's place in of her getting killed. Now you may be thinking, how and why did he do that? Well, the first proof of we actually got is the face changing technology, where he fully changed into his partner on Earth 19, so people wouldn't recognize him as Harrison Wells, because on this Earth he's the man who killed Barry's mother, like we saw in season, I don't even know which one. He revealed it to confess to the police, but we already knew this from the start. But now he once used the technology in only that episode, episode 4 of the season. This season, I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway, they decided to bring him back about 18 episodes later, and just for this episode, just because Barry had to break into Argus and had to change it a lot, I don't really think that was supposed to be just a throwaway thing, or just what people might not have thought about it. But I think that's kind of a foreshadowing to what's going to be used later, and how it's kind of a parallel about what they're going to use later in the episode. But now the second part is after they get the power source, is that Savitar, dressed in his original Flash uniform, speeds into the Cortex where Cisco and all of them are, and he asks where Iris is, and HR actually answers and tells him and spills it on accident that she is on Earth too. But because they were not supposed to tell Barry, HR feels really bad, and you can tell where the camera focuses on him and his reaction. And later in the episode, he has a conversation with Cisco about how he messed up so bad and he needs to fix it or do something about it. Well, as Cisco is leaving, HR put on his hat and told Cisco until next time, which is kind of foreshadowing that he is going to be going somewhere or doing something where you're not going to see him again. But also right after that moment is the crazy part is that HR is caught staring at the Savitar blade when the camera moves and pans onto the Savitar blade for a second, and we obviously see him staring at the Savitar blade that the team cut off earlier in the season, which is actually the reason he's looking at it is because you can actually track Savitar if you turn on the blade and it leads you right to him, just like we saw in episode 15 or 16 where Jesse used it to track him, and it didn't end too well for her. But I think that was a pretty important piece of the season that many people didn't really think about it. But next, you are probably thinking, when could he have actually switched with Iris? And we also saw it in the promo, but I'm gonna be going over those things anyway right now. Well, he could have actually switched 2 times is what I'm thinking. Is one when Iris was captured and there was 53 minutes remaining, and the other is where HR could have found her and switched without Savitar knowing, obviously, when she was captured. But next, which one I think it is, and most likely it probably is he could have switched on the steps where Barry was shooting the Speed Force cannon at Savitar, and when he was running around with Barry trying to shoot him, he could have ran up and switched with Iris while that was happening. Now, I really think that's probably the most likely one. Anyway, we did see him in the next promo, but I really think that wasn't actually HR. It was obviously, or most likely, Harrison Wells dressing up as HR if this theory was true. Because obviously, before we have to defeat Savitar, Barry can't know Iris is alive. So maybe Harrison Wells from Earth 2 is dressing up as HR. So Barry thinks there's nothing wrong and someone's gone besides Iris. So this could mean about, I guess, how he is dressing up, so Barry doesn't really suspect anything. And I think that's probably the most recognizable thing about the promo, is that HR is in it for no reason really, just that he's in it and just staring and stuff and putting on the his hat and coat that he always has. So obviously this could mean that HR is actually dead and Harrison Wells is dressing up like him, which I think they really put that in there to throw people off, because a lot of people are thinking HR was going to sacrifice himself, so they probably put it in the promo to throw people off, or it could be a flashback. I'm not too sure what it would be of, but I really think it was HR at the steps instead of Iris. But all of this could be wrong and something completely different might have happened obviously the last episode. Anyway, leave your theories in the comments below, leave a like, subscribe, and as always,